will bow. This one is my own creation. Face your destruction. Feel the pull of the void. Yes, that's it. Yes, it's it. Belief, overwhelm, cleansing flame. Cleansing flame.
Hello Exile, the Eternal Exile greets you. So about a week ago I made a video with Smite of Divine Judgement Berserker, and since then I've made some big upgrades and some changes. The build is now much more flexible, working with multiple strike skills such as Frostblades and Wild Strike, and pretty much any strike skills you want. Though it feels best with Frostblades and Smite. So let's get into what's changed and why this version feels so much better. So the biggest change that we made to the build was buying the Screams of the Desiccated belt. Now this belt gives us Acceleration Shrine. I will bring up the Acceleration Shrine so you can see what it gives us. So it gives us 50% increased action speed and 80% increased projectile speed. Now action speed relates to pretty much any speed in the game, like cast speed, attack speed, movement speed, and having that all the time up 50%, it's pretty huge, and it's so much quality of life, you know. And that is why when I swapped to Frostblades I was thinking about this, because 80% projectile speed for Frostblades is pretty awesome, you know, because you shoot out so many projectiles when you hit with Frostblades, and those projectiles just go so fast into the monsters, and you can your clear is so good with this. So yeah, that is what this acceleration shrine and this belt gives us. Now the thing is that this belt has a very huge downside, and that is that you can no longer use utility flasks, but you can use these flasks right here, so you can instantly regenerate some life if you need to. And on top of that you can use the tincture. Now this tincture is very powerful. So as you can see, now I have 830k DPS in hideout. When I activate this flask I'm at 1.1 million, and it gives so much attack speed and stuff. So yeah, that is a very nice that you can use the tincture. Now the thing is that since we can no longer use flasks, we took the Nameless Bloodline, and the Nameless Bloodline gives us unaffected by poison. So for this build, one weakness that it has, it is against damage over time. So with this we are immune to poison, but the downside is that utility flasks are disabled. Now for us the utility flasks are already disabled, so this is only an upside. So that is great. So we get immunity to poison from here. We get immunity to ignite through Purity of Elements, because we have full ailment immunity. And then we have immunity to corrupted blood from here. So yeah, we are pretty much stacked against damage over time, which is our weakness. And on top of that we get an extra ring slot. Now you will see what kind of ring we can get with this extra ring slot. So this is huge. So yeah, no, the thing is that in order to get this bloodline, you know, you have to give up the fourth ascendancy, and for us that would be Rite of Ruin. Now the problem is that since we're playing Berserker, we want Rite of Ruin because it gives us rage effect. So since we are stacking rage and we have so many rage, I think 62, this gives us a lot of attack speed and attack damage. So the way we get that back is to these two jewels right here, Forbidden Flesh and Forbidden Flame. and with Rite of Ruin. Now these gems are very cheap, like 10 to 15 chaos each. So yeah, you can just easily get this. But don't worry, sadly the belt is extremely expensive. So when I bought it, it was like 130 divines, and now it's 290. Yeah, sorry, but yeah, it's pretty easy to get some currency in this league, to be honest. And the way you get the bloodline is that you have to do this, an audience with the king. You know, you go in, you kill the king in the mists, and then the altar spawns, and then you take the bloodline. Another important upgrade that we got is the red pit shield. Now, we upgraded from 5% to 6% increased spell damage per 100 player life instead of 5%, and we also got 2 more percent increased maximum life instead of 10 because of the new volatile valor, or how is it called? And the difference is huge, you know, because we have more than 10k life, so it makes a very huge difference. We already talked about the combo from the shield and the helmet in the first guide, a more in-depth guide of the build, so you know, it makes a very huge difference, and it's not that expensive, you know, like a shield like mine. It's let's see how much it is. Currently, it's 4 divines, so yeah, that's not that expensive. Now, another change that we did was anoint the tenacity anoint on the amulet instead of the belt. Since we no longer have the anoint on the belt, we anointed it on the amulet. Now, let's talk about the ring. Because of the new bloodline, we get another ring slot. So, as you can see, I bought a ring that has an astronomical amount of life and elemental damage with attack skills. Now, the thing is, with these rings, usually you have downsides, and you really have to pick one that is the least bad for us, you know. For example, I bought one that has a negative global critical strike multiplier, but that is no problem for us since we're using resolute technique, and that fire damage to attacks against us is negligible, it's useless, it doesn't affect us, and then the negative maximum mana, it doesn't matter for us since we're using life tap in our main setup and also for our lip slam, so we have no mana problems. So yeah, instead we get 300 plus maximum life and over 100% increased elemental damage in this extra ring slot, which is very huge for us. Now, since we lost the onslaught from the flasks, I got this craft right here that gives us onslaught on kill, and that's pretty much it. So another nice thing that we integrated into the build is Ray Spectre with level 1 mid shield imbue, elemental army support, minion life, and empower level 3 support. And I got this idea from Diablo Mix, and thank you, man. I really appreciate it. It was a very good idea. So the specters you need is the perfect spirit of fortune and the perfect warlord. One gives free wrath, as you can see right here, and then the other one gives free endurance charges, immortal call, and also vitality. And they're pretty tanky, you know. Sometimes they die, but when you open the next map, it's up. So thank you, man. That was a very nice thing. So I'm quickly gonna show you a map, uh, tier 16 8 mod map, and to see how the average map looks like. First, I'm gonna be using Smite of Divine Judgment, and then in the Mirage I will swap to Crossblades, so you can see for both skills how it works. I'm just gonna take all the altars, I'm not gonna bother about the downsides. Oh, I activated the ritual by mistake. As you can see, the AoE is insane. The damage is very good. I just have to find the awakening bosses. If I can find them, of course. Oh, here are the bosses. And they dead. Okay, now I'm going to end the Delirium and switch to Frostblades and look for the Mirage. Let's see the Mirage. Here it is.
You've done well. What is your desire?
So to be honest, I like Frostblades better. That's what I played with. Oh my god, my my PC is dying, sorry. I have to upgrade my PC. Here is Kosis. Kosis gone. Here are the... sadly the awakening bosses didn't spawn in here as well. But as you can see, the build shreds. And it's very tanky. So I'm telling you guys, I had a blast with this build. Let's see how much is this Arctic armor. Oh, 400 kills. Nice. Oh, I'm gonna do the Uber Elder or Shaper, I don't know what this is. I never did it on my own, so let's see how it goes. As I said many times, bossing is not my thing. But at this point, I think it will be easier than Ether for some reason, maybe. Or maybe not. Oh my god. I hate when the game freezes like that. I'm putting aside some money now because I want to upgrade my PC. So I can make better videos and I don't die while my game is freezing. But I hear Path of Exile has problems for even for higher-ended PCs. I just hate bossing. I really do. I'm just doing this for the sake of the video. I really don't like to do this these kind of videos, but some of you asked how the build is versus Uber bosses. Yep, so there it is. I also got the achievement. I'm not gonna try to attend this again, so I die less times and stuff. You know, what you see is what you get from me. What is this? Oh, force the item. Awesome. Yep, so that's it with the Uber Elder. I'm gonna quickly do an Uber Eater, but you know, bossing is not my forte. I don't really like to do bossing, but let's see how it goes. I also, if I die, I'm not gonna edit it out. So as you can see, the damage is pretty great. And we can tank some very nice hits as well. Okay. I also switched to Frostblades for single target, but we will be doing a map with Smite, if you want to see that. Oh, we almost got it without needing to do this phase again, but yeah. Almost, just almost. So as you can see, I'm bad at bossing, but the build can easily do the bosses if you dodge stuff and yeah. So here is the path of building. So the build currently has 25 million plus DPS, and also our effective hit pool is almost 140, so that is why it's so tanky. And here's the configuration and everything. So I will be leaving the path of building in the description down below. And yep, that's pretty much it. This build is definitely one of the best and most all-rounder builds that I played, and I had a blast with it. So for the more in-depth guide, watch the first video I made about the build that covers mostly everything about the build. So this video was more of an update about the build. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment or subscribe. It is free and it helps the channel a lot. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I will be answering all of them as soon as I can. And as always, happy trails, Exile!